Hey everybody, welcome back. We're here again with Karen and Dave, both from Who Haven. We've traded out the birds for some smaller animals, including this cute little rat that you have on your shoulder. Tell us about her.
This is Sadie. Sadie's an educational rat. One of the reasons we bring her is to show it doesn't matter if it's a smaller animal or the eagle or anything in between. They all deserve a second chance. Sadie was a rescue. She was going to be snake food. And so we take her, and the kids love her. They're gentle, they're clean animals. We relate some of the characteristics they have to possums, their tail and their little ears and things like that. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
And some people don't like rats, I know that. I love rats. I have to say, I was telling you this before the show, I had a lot of little tiny pets growing up, and my rat was the friendliest, most well-behaved out of the hamsters and gerbils and everything. The rat was my favorite.
It is.
I mean, she was just, you know, it's like a little dog almost, just super friendly and loves to explore.
And she's going to show everybody her best side. There you have it.
Can I hold her?
Oh, sure.
Now, because there's a rule against holding the birds, but these guys are both tame, right?
No, yeah. And Sadie has coffee with us every morning, and she's really good with everything.
Well, she is cute. You named her after Oprah's dog, right? I'm assuming. Oprah's dog, Sadie.
Oh, actually, I wish I could say I did, but I didn't.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We actually have three. It's Sadie, Butch Cassidy, and the Sundance Kid.
Oh, how cute.
So it kind of just all flowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you end up saving her then? Did somebody call you and say, hey, there's this cute little rat they're going to give to the snake?
Actually, there was the rat in with the snake, and she was taken out. They were separated, and we did not take the snake. It went into Chicago where it actually belonged. But I said that we would take the rat. Gotcha. And it's also a good way to let everybody know that, yeah, little ones and big ones deserve help.
Well, she disappeared back there behind my ear.
She doesn't. She tickles, doesn't she? She
has these
little feet.
I'm like, I don't know where she went, and all of a sudden I feel.
And then all of a sudden you see the, yeah.
What's she do? Is she under my jacket now at this point? I don't know. Yeah, I think
she could.
She's inside my jacket.
Yep.
YouTube moment.
Yeah, Eric Sorensen says YouTube moment. All right, well, I try to untangle her. Tell us about Root Beer, because Root Beer's a star. He's been on the show before.
Yeah.
He has been, yes. He's a corn snake, and the corn snakes are indigenous to Illinois. The reason they're called a corn snake, of course, is because of their underbelly and the markings on it. It looks like Indian corn.
Wow, it sure does.
The thing that's really fascinating about the corn snakes, of course, is, you know, in Illinois, they are really good for rodent control.
Okay.
And so it is absolutely fascinating to watch a snake take a mouse and eat a mouse. Of course, all our mice are shipped in and they're frozen, but one of the two reasons we like to bring snakes to our programs, number one is we try to teach schools, other places that have snakes, that you don't have to feed a mouse live to a snake.
Because it's not humane.
It isn't.
It's exactly right. And not only that, you know, if you have a $500 snake at a pet store, you don't want that snake getting eye damage from that mouse trying to get away. That mouse isn't going to just sit there and let itself be eaten. And second, of course, you know, a lot of people are afraid of snakes. And when you're afraid of something, some people, if they run across a snake out in the wild, they think it's easier to kill it or harm it rather than just walk away from it, walk around it, and let it be.
And it's just like people. I mean, everyone's different, but everyone's, you know, worthwhile in their own way. And animals are the same way. I mean, snakes look different. That doesn't. I mean, Root Beer is just the nicest little guy I've ever met.
Sure, you know, people think snakes are slimy and stuff like that, and that's absolutely not the case. You know,
He's really not slimy at all.
No.
In fact, I'm going to give you. Well, I was going to give you Sadie and see if I can hold Root Beer. How are these guys doing together? Because these are actually, I mean, snakes eat rodents. So
except that
are they okay
Root Beer
together?
is so well fed, and we never let him get close enough that Sadie would think, you know, she's afraid. And the other thing I like to tease about the snake is, you talk about bodybuilders, they are one pure set of muscle.
Oh my gosh, they are.
And oh yeah, and they are just so cool. And people get excited. They get excited when they finally touch something that they have been afraid of. It's like power.
Huge.
It's power and knowledge, and that's what we love to do in the schools and the programs and everything is, yeah, you don't have to like something, but you can understand that it's got some cool attributes.
Why are people so afraid of snakes? Is it just because they look so different? Because I've always loved them, so I don't really understand that. But I know a lot of people are watching right now going, ah!
I think a lot of it has to do with the stereotyping they get. You know, they're seen on TV as rattlesnakes and boa constrictors and poisonous and stuff like that. And people just, sometimes they're just a little unsure of what they don't know a lot of.
Plus you have the good horror movies, you know, the 80-foot, you know, snake that ate New York or something.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't help. And I think a lot of it is passed on, unfortunately, from generation to generation. If your mom or dad didn't like snakes, because we've actually done programs on how many people like snakes, how many don't, why don't you like them? And a lot of the kids can't tell you why.
They just know that they don't.
They just know they don't.
Know why.
That's right. So it's our place to try to, we tell them, go back. You're going to be so cool with mom and dad. You're going to show them new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, it seems like Root Beer is a little bit of a burrower. He seems to kind of like
He's
to find
looking
all
for
the
some warmth.
crevices.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that normal for snakes?
Sure, absolutely.
They just want to kind of hide out. What's his story? How did you end up with him?
He actually, over the years, we do reptiles. We do turtles and snakes, and we've done lizards and lots of cool things. And people wanted to see him in programs. So over the years, we had some that we had gotten. And then all of a sudden, when you're in front of like 500 people, it's very difficult to have like a little garter snake. But we wanted to have snakes that were indigenous to Illinois. So these actually were bought from a pet shop 5 or 6 years ago. There's two of them.
Okay, so he did not start out wild the way a lot of your animals do.
No,
Okay.
and he was only about this long.
Okay.
And he will grow a little bit more, and it just makes him very easy for people to see.
Can you show us again? We had a graphic up. How long did you say he was when you first got him?
Oh, he was about that long.
Really? And he's so much bigger now. Do you know what this feels like? This feels like a blood pressure test because he's around my arm and
Very
he keeps
good.
squeezing tighter and tighter. What's the idea with the squeezing? Because, you know, a lot of people think that snakes would try to hurt you. He's clearly being very gentle, but he definitely is squeezing a lot.
Well, when they catch a mouse, that's what they'll do. They will circle it, you know, and squeeze it and kill it. And then that's how they're able to take it head first. You know, you see a small head like that, you would think there is no way in God's creation that snake could ever swallow a mouse whole.
No.
But they can.
It's amazing. Yeah, if you've ever seen that, it really is an amazing thing to see. She just loves you. Sadie is all over your face. She's just exploring and just having fun.
We have
What a
coffee
cutie.
every morning together, don't we? Yes, we do. She loves her green crackers. She actually likes dog treats with the dogs and things like that. The other thing you asked about that is actually how they move. Is they move their muscles, and that helps them. So they like to be secure, but that's also how they move.
Is it true that snakes smell with their tongue? Because I don't know if you can see it right here, but his tongue is just coming out like crazy.
They feel their way. They have good eyesight, but yes, they kind of feel their way with their tongue. They have many different, the eyes, they have ears, and the tongue, and yep.
I'm so glad I don't have to feel things with my tongue. What a weird way to live.
And they feel the warmth. If there was
feel the
some
warmth.
little thing zipping along that was warm and blood flow and everything, he would know it was there.
I gotcha. What I love about this is these are both animals. I think that there are a lot of misperceptions about rats and snakes.
Exactly.
You're right.
Yeah. How did you get involved with Who Haven, David?
I was injured at work, and I was retired, so I had to retire. And I read in the paper where Who Haven was looking for some fish. They needed some fish. And so I like to fish, so I went fishing and I picked up some sheephead and some other rough fish and brought them out to Who Haven. And Karen gave me a tour and they needed a volunteer, so I jumped in, and it's been really, really a godsend. It's been a lot of fun.
That's great. It seems like it would be so therapeutic to be around animals like this all the time.
Absolutely.
I feel the most relaxed I've felt all day.
How many years have you been with us?
I've been about 7 now, I think.
7 years.
Yes.
Wow. All right. We're almost out of time. Give us the information one more time, though, if people want to donate, because this building, this waterfowl building, is still in the works and still needs some help.
And like you said, it's 3/4 of the way done, but we are so excited. So anything you can give is very much appreciated. Who Haven, P.O. Box 594, Durand, Illinois 61024. Or they can just go to the website, and there is a click button now where they can give. Or if they want to read about it and find out more about it, and the address is on there too.
Great.
So we're very grateful.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll have this all for you again at the end of the show. We're going to take a quick break so I can get myself untangled from Mr. Root Beer here because he is all over the place. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. We always have a good time.